going to start out with how the Centerville Club got started initially. And I'll begin by saying that Miamisburg members contacted us. We met in my office several sessions to try and determine what Rotary is all about and the interest that we would have in Rotary.
Yeah, and it took 25 signatures or people on the petition for a new club to be formed.
We went around calling people and trying to convince them that this was a good idea.
What got us started and interested in Rotary? To me, it was an international flavor because it wasn't something we just do for the community, but we could stretch out actually throughout the world.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, polio was not even a thought in our heads back then.
No.
Which is now still one of our biggest goals of International Rotary is to end polio.
Yeah.
But there was always an international flavor that we were working on or trying to support. Back then, you were not supposed to miss any meetings.
Yeah, all right.
If you couldn't make your own, you should go locally, and it was a big thing to have 100% attendance. They used to pass out numbers every year.
Yeah.
You know, your second year being perfect attendance.
Right, yes.
Or some people had 60 years of perfect attendance. We had one of the members at Bethany. Remember later on, he had had perfect attendance for so long. And when he was not able to come to the meetings,
we went to him.
Yes. And closed the meeting so he could keep perfect attendance.
Yes.
And he was close to 70 years. He was a baby doctor, remember?
Call those pediatricians?
Yeah, yeah, pediatricians. You want to talk about our first money maker? I think was that not the auctions?
Yes. Yeah. And we only did that once.
Oh no! It was several years that we did the
really?
auction.
Oh, I thought it was only one time.
Well, Don Overly had these skates, and and every year
we sold them.
We sold them back to him.
I remember that. The skates didn't sell, Lee.
But they were your skates.
But they came back, and I had to buy them.
Yes, you did at the club. I think then we got into
the spaghetti dinner.
The spaghetti dinner because of Antonio's.
Yeah, yes.
But before you leave that, Lee. One of the funniest things I thought, an item that didn't sell in that auction was a bowling ball.
Oh, yeah.
And we had Nick Peth, who was a realtor in the club at the time. And Nick was a pretty good bowler.
Mm-hmm.
So that bowling ball appeared. It didn't sell in the auction, so it appeared, and Nick had to buy it. And Nick was a good right-handed bowler, but unfortunately for him, it was a left-handed bowling ball. So it was
when Tony offered his restaurant
that was a biggie.
and said he would cook the spaghetti and have his staff, all we had to do was serve it, that sounded like a good deal for us.
Yeah. That's when we started to really fund a lot of projects at Centerville Rotary.
Well, and that's when we got our scholarship money together and started giving out scholarships, about $235,000 that we've given in scholarships over these almost 50 years. Yeah. Well, and this year we gave out 5 $2,000 scholarships to the 5 Centerville students. They were amazing young people.
What kinds of things have kept us in Rotary for 50 years?
Our outreach to the world. The last figures I had was last year that the clubs over the country, we have about 165 countries that we're in, and those clubs gave $350 million to support the Rotary. And the other factor on that Rotary is that none of the money that we give is used for operating the foundation. We hold the money for 2 years, and it's invested, and we use the money that we earn from that year's giving to fund the foundation. And every dollar that I put in there goes to some good project around the world, and I really like.
One of the big projects has been Polio Plus, trying to eradicate polio throughout the world.
Yes.
And that I grew up at a time when I had some friends that had polio.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And it's very meaningful, and has been and continues to be, to place our funds into an area that helps people steer clear of polio.
I was a district governor-elect when we put the plans together for our district, and then we kicked it off in '86 that we were going to raise $100 million. And people said, we'll never do it. You can't raise that kind of money. We raised $120 million that first year for polio.
Yeah. I think we ought to talk about some of the local things we've done. Certainly the gazebo at Benham's Grove was one that
Right.
we physically built that.
Yes, we did.
And we built a shelter out in
Oak
Grove.
Grove
There
Park.
we go.
Yeah.
And I guess that's still being used
Oh,
by a lot of
absolutely.
people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And now we're into our 50th year, and we've changed to where we're going to Grant Park.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we kind of celebrate the past members, and we have their names on bricks and have a little display down there at Grant Park. And that park is being totally regenerated, and we're going to play an important role down there. I think we're putting in about $50,000.
$53,000 is what we're actually putting into that project as a gift to our community for our 50th anniversary. Yeah.
And one of the projects that we've had in recent years has been the Project Warm, where we
Oh, yes.
got coats for needy children in Centerville and Washington Township. It's going on its third, fourth year, maybe. It's been a very good project.
Yeah, I think we learned that we've given out, was it 3,000 coats so far?
Something like that
Yeah.
over the last few years. Yes.
One of our big fundraisers has been, until the pandemic, is the pancake.
Oh, yes.
That's been very popular, and
Yeah.
I like it because not only you see all the people working in Rotary, serving people, preparing the food, but you got to see people from the community come in, and it was people you hadn't seen for quite a while. It was
Right.
a good event.
The last Saturday of October. So anybody that's seeing this, remember that, because we'll be around with tickets.
Yes.
Another area that I want to mention is the buying of water pumps for
Oh, yes.
for various places, particularly in Africa and Haiti, trying to provide clean drinking water for people.
And these are deep well pumps. We're going down 400 feet.
Yes.
And maybe that's the only good water source within 20 miles.
Yes.
And once it's in there, communities that used to walk miles or 20 miles or more than that to a stream now have a pump that gives them pure water.
But one of the things that I enjoy and I have enjoyed for 50 years is that the friendliness in our club.
Mm-hmm.
It's a treat to go to the club because everyone seems in a good mood and it's just a friendly, loving club.
Yeah.
We go to, I think, third grade and fifth grade. The lower kids get a dictionary, and the Rotarians actually go to each classroom
Right.
and pass them out. And then the thesaurus goes to the fifth graders, and we pass them out in the fifth grade. So that's done every year, and we've done that for many, many years.
Right. When you go to the school and you go to the fifth graders and you say, does anybody remember getting the dictionary? And boy, those hands all go up. And the kids are excited about getting a different book this time. Yeah.
Early in our Rotary years, we had, every time it had Christmas break, how they would try to find out who had traveled the farthest.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one year that Dottie and I went to Hawaii, and we happened to travel the farthest, and they had a tip jar that people would put their change in.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to match that.
Oh, my.
And I'm sure a lot of those guys raided their kids' piggy banks. There was a lot of change in there. I think we're just about ready for the editing process. Okay.
On June 13th, 2022, this year, the Centerville Rotary Club will celebrate our 50th anniversary as a club. Over that time, we've had 23 exchange students from 18 different countries. So that's just really incredible. And we know that it's a really important part of our program about Rotary, what Rotary does.
My experience in the US during that exchange year was phenomenal. And I am really grateful to Rotary Club, for having such programs in place, because they are truly life-changing. And it has been for me, because I know how difficult it was actually for us back then from Kosovo to be able to have access to such programs. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to build long-lasting relationship and friendships with people in Ohio.
So how I got involved with Rotary, I think it's quite funny, but when I first joined, I did not know what it is. But my neighbor, he is a member of the club, and he told me that I need to go. And then when I landed in Dayton, Ohio, and my first host dad, Arnie, when he came to pick me up, I realized that this was the right decision. So I wanted to thank you for this experience. I am still in touch with my host family, Arnie and Nancy. My first host family, Saloni, you know them. They are the best people. I still consider him as my dad.
First of all, I would like to thank you. Actually, it's just amazing getting back involved here in the Centerville Rotary Club. It's just unbelievable. Everything that just happened through all these years, and now having these opportunities, just it makes me very happy. It's been such a wonderful experience getting to live in the US, in Ohio, and meeting such amazing people who actually helped me with my personal growth. I'm really, really happy for having still all these memories. I still appreciate them so much.
There is no looking back. I came to Centerville. It was an amazing year. So once I came back, the Rotary just entered my blood. I am from a non-Rotarian background, but this whole 1 year got all Rotary in my blood. Now I am a Rotarian myself. There is no looking back after it. So I'm very thankful to Centerville to introduce me to Rotary and introduce me not only to the social service, but what Rotary does, but the fellowship, the integrity, with all 5 values what Rotary has. And I'm still wearing my pin of Rotary and my district badge. So as we say, you wear the pin wherever you go.
I wish and I hope that the club will continue, it will increase in membership, and that it will continue sponsoring and supporting exchange programs like this one. They are truly, truly life-changing, and I wish you all the best in the next 50 years.
I think the club is amazing. The people at the club are quite amazing. I mean, the fact that I still remember so many people, it has something to do with it.
The wish would be just keep moving forward, making such a great work and helping the community as you have done always. You're amazing people.
Yes, so happy 50th anniversary from all the exchange students, I think, from Mato, me, Rodrigo. We wish the club grows. We also see the club when it's celebrating its 100th anniversary.
What is your wish for Centerville Rotary's next 50 years?
I really would like to see tap into the youth, tap into the young professionals. They can start giving back and hopefully grow our club, right? We've got a great diverse club now, but I think we can even be more diverse down the road. So we can be very impactful for our community and do great things.
With the past and the foundation which Centerville has, with Mr. Harvey, with all people who have been there when Centerville was founded, with that experience and young minds, I think Centerville can cater more people, can impact more lives.